You're about to enter the Atomic Voodoo Lounge, New Stanton's one and only surreal dive bar, bringing you beauty and magic and terahertz tragic. I'm Maxwell Vagus, writer, poet, musician, and author of the soon-to-be-published novel, New Stanton. Descend with me into the static buzz of late-night radio, where words and music swirl through neon dreams and drift like cigarette smoke out over dried-up prehistoric seas. Welcome back to the Atomic Voodoo Lounge, or maybe you've lost your way between appendices A and B of your favorite book. If you know anything about this place, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, so please take your place at the bar, relax, order a drink, enjoy the show. I'm Maxwell Vagus, your host on this introspective journey into a world of words and music, and I'm bookmarking all the important passages. Tonight we have the music of the Riptide Rats and the Legendary Hucklebucks, a piece of personal literary archaeology. Of course, we'll throw a few six-word noirs into the mix, and who knows what else. So, what are you drinking tonight? Since this show's main feature, the writing on the wall, is about reading in general and our influences as readers, how about something literary and perhaps even nostalgic and quietly dramatic? Well, the bookshop toddy fits the bill. Here's what you'll need: a cup of strong Earl Grey tea, hot, very hot, 1.5 ounces of bourbon, a tablespoon of honey, 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Optionally, you can add a dash of Angostura bitters, and for garnish, you'd probably want a lemon wheel or cinnamon stick. Here's what you do. Steep a bag of Earl Grey in hot water for 3 to 5 minutes. If you're fancy, you can use the loose leaf. You want it strong and aromatic. Don't forget to warm your mug. Pour hot water into your mug, let it sit for a minute, then discard it. This helps to keep your toddy warm for much longer. In the warm mug, combine bourbon, honey, and lemon juice and stir until the honey dissolves. Pour in the hot Earl Grey and stir gently to blend. Then, add that bit of Angostura bitters if you'd like some depth and complexity to your toddy. And then garnish. Lemon wheel, cinnamon stick. Take your bookshop toddy and sit before a crackling fireplace while cello nocturnes play in the background, and then crack open a copy of Wuthering Heights, or my favorite, The Castle of Otranto, and enjoy. Since starting the Atomic Voodoo Lounge podcast, I've had the pleasure of... Excuse me. Hello, the Atomic Voodoo Lounge, Maxwell Vagus speaking. Ah, Cora. No, Harold has stepped out for a minute. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, yeah, I don't know if he ever completed his library card application. Oh, yes. The New Stanton Public Library is an excellent resource for not only entertainment, but information. Houses Mick Curry's archives detailing the people and forces that shaped New Stanton, past and present. Yeah, I'll let them know. I don't think he's ever found your bicycle. Are you sure that's how you got to New Stanton in the first place? No, I'd never assume to question. Yes. Tell Tiki I said hello. Albert, too. Of course, yes. Goodbye, Cora. Once a librarian, always a librarian, I guess. That was Cora. She used to be New Stanton's librarian. She wanted to remind everybody to be good ambassadors of reading and writing and libraries in general. So, visit your public library. make good use of it. Anyway, as I was saying, since starting this podcast, I've had the pleasure to be in contact with new and interesting bands and musicians. And some of my favorites are the Riptide Rats. Here is Astrofeet, their new single.
This project is extremely dangerous.
Astrofeet by the Riptide Rats, their newest single. Check them out on Bandcamp or Apple Music. If you're a fan of the show, you know that this music right here, Shady by Mad Gravity Studio, signals our 6-word story segment. It's where we try to tell stories using only 6 words, usually with a noir, surreal, speculative, slipstream bent to them. Tonight's stories were inspired by my feature, which we will listen to later in the show, The Writing on the Wall, and they deal with my influences as a reader. The slant light of yesterday's reading. They read stories like spoken prayers. Their voices, lullabies in the silence. Peeling back quilted palimpsests of childhood. Father, slouched, perusing another coverless novel. Worn pages, a dog-eared treasure map. Mother's tea steams yet another bookmark. Cigarette smoke caresses a broken spine. All criminals return, but I, reading. Well, think you can do better? Perhaps you can. That's why I'm sending out the Maxwell Vagus Challenge to all my Substack subscribers. I'm making it easy this time. I started a Substack subscriber chat with a thread especially for 6-word noir stories. So type up your best ones, drop them in the thread, and maybe you'll hear them on a future episode of the Atomic Voodoo Lounge. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and there's something about this time of year, a darkness simultaneously gloomier and yet more comforting than any other. The encroaching night enfolds, cradles, and calls for hibernation, the big sleep, whispering consolation at the year's ending, an ending we don't have the energy to rage against, an ending we want to embrace, we reach for in the gloaming, something we are trying to recover. Like a dream, we must continue. A different kind of Thanksgiving. What color is the sky during the brownest of months? A shift irrevocable. The year's round motion, a spool of rusted chain, pulled tight. What color lies under an oak leaf, branch bereft? No ideas but in images, escaping memory. A different kind of Thanksgiving. To write a song of November and a handful of unleaving. The unleft, stunned and wide-eyed, ghost guessing what the dinosaurs thought when they last looked up, still grieving a grove of human dust. And what color is the sky in November? The color of naught, the color of never. A Different Kind of Thanksgiving by Maxwell Vagus. A little music by Maxwell Vagus as well. Hope you enjoyed that. Wrote that one a few years ago. To put a harder edge on things, here's a band I really enjoy. The Legendary Hucklebucks with 3 Sheets. Legendary Hucklebucks. 3 sheets. Don't let that happen to you on Thanksgiving. From their Hillbilly Death Rock Volume 1 LP 2015. More from the Legendary Hucklebucks in the coming episodes. This episode is all about the writing on the wall. But whose wall? Well, my wall, of course, but we all have walls, and there's writing all over each and every one. Have you read the writing on yours? In this audio essay, I delve into my own past to puzzle out the scrawl on mine, follow the clues to my evolution as a reader and a writer. The writing on the wall, my motivations as a reader. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. As an English teacher, writer, and poet, I find this quote haunting. It's commonly attributed to Oscar Wilde, though there is some speculation the quote actually belongs to Charles Francis Potter. However, I'm more interested in the quote than chasing down attributions. English teachers, reading teachers, elementary school teachers, librarians, in my opinion, all teachers are faced with the challenge of motivating children to read, not just for comprehension, but for, and while this may sound hyperbolic and corny, I truly believe this is the ultimate goal of education, but for their souls, so they can recognize beauty and brutality and brilliance and banality and downright sophistry in the written word, and to take those works and use them to build or perhaps deconstruct themselves into the adults they want to be. Adults who think critically, adults who are not afraid of ideas that may contradict their cherished beliefs, but welcome them, examine them, and delight in a world of words so large that ideas become freedom. Adults who will one day influence their children and others to read and discover and become. This is tough work when faced with the following statistics. A 2021 Pew Research Center survey found 23% of American adults have not read a book or even a part of a book in any form in the past year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics points out that people 15 to 44 spend 10 minutes or less per day reading. The National Center for Education Statistics reports that 43 million American adults possess low literacy skills. This is heartbreaking news for students in particular because what is not valued in their homes becomes a systemic problem for education specifically and society in general. More importantly, what about those intangibles, the ones above and below grades and test scores? If students are not reading when they don't have to, what will they become when they can't help it? I thought it would be helpful to turn this question on myself and look inward. What were my motivations as a child? Why turn to books as I came of age in the late 70s and 80s when I could have been derailed by TV and video games? I have only memories, those dreams of an erstwhile me. Perhaps my motivations are best expressed in images rather than academic analysis. My mother holds a book so that we both can see the pages. She points to the words as she reads. Oh, the places you'll go. The Cat in the Hat. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. I can see her slender fingers moving across the pages. her voice like a lullaby, the rich paper sound of pages turning. My father is waiting for me in the lobby of the YMCA. I've been in the hot chlorine atmosphere of swimming lessons. I know him because he's slouched in a chair holding a paperback with the cover torn off. Later, he takes me to the library, a lantern in the dark autumn night. He again is slouched in a chair as I run my hands over ancient books lining metal shelves in the children's section. The pages like the brown leaves fallen in the streets outside. My elementary school's library, so small and below ground, the light filters down through a few windows shaded by oak trees. I fall in love with a dog named Snoopy, and a boy in his blanket, and a kid who can't seem to get anything right. I'm in my junior high library, modern, lit by skylights and fluorescent tubes, industrial carpet lining the floor. Movies and video games urge me to find Arthurian romances and science fiction deep in the stacks. I ponder the language of John Boorman's Excalibur, Merlin's charm of making, and ask the librarian if they have any books on Old English. She shakes her head and tells me I'd need to go to the public library. My grandmother, my father's mother, went back to school later in life. I'm in her basement family room, a bookshelf beside a pool table. I am alone in the Sunday afternoon gloom. Upstairs, my grandparents and parents and aunt and uncle smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. I'm sitting on the brown carpet alone with Sigmund Freud, Plato, Helter Skelter, romance novels, art books, sociological texts, history books covering World War II, the carpet muffling the page turns in the slant light of my reading youth. I am the beneficiary of such a literary palette. Looking back, I noticed several things I felt but never quite articulated about my motivations as a reader. Reading was given to me by some of the most caring people I have ever had the opportunity to know, even when those people didn't realize it. A gift given of example and opportunity, a light in the darkness of my ignorance. And given those tools, I had the freedom to follow whatever ideas excited me at the time, and perhaps one day to create my own words on paper that will ignite something in someone else. Being read to, seeing people reading, access to books, freedom, curiosity. These were the essential elements to my motivations as a reader, and they still are. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. I guess it's no wonder I couldn't help being an English teacher and a writer in my adult life. What's your story as a reader? Look back and consider the moments you've spent with books and how those moments came about. What's the writing on your wall? Read it. It may do you some good and others as well. Some food for thought before this Thanksgiving, and perhaps a few things to be thankful for. If you're a Substack subscriber, stop on by the Atomic Voodoo Lounge's chat and let us know some of the writing on your wall. Coming soon from Heavy Sixer Productions, New Stanton, a novel by Maxwell Vagus. Mr. Harold Dean, a shady alcoholic, just woke up with one hell of a hangover at the Starlight Inn, New Stanton's dingy motel. The only problem is, New Stanton doesn't exist. Join Mr. Dean on this postmodern night journey through buried memories, liminal spaces, and treachery as he searches for his sole means of escape, a blue 1964 Chevy Malibu. Will he be able to find his car before the evil Dr. Freytag does? Can Mr. Dean trust a host of bizarre characters to help him solve the mysteries of his own dysfunction and accept that New Stanton is exactly where he needs to be? The answer to these questions and many more lie scattered across New Stanton, a town that sits on the edge of a dried-up prehistoric sea, a town that exists inside and down. Thanksgiving is almost here, so don't forget to be grateful for the writing on your wall and be a good ambassador of reading and writing to those around you. But that's all she wrote for this episode of the Atomic Voodoo Lounge podcast. I'm Maxwell Vagus, and thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more Atomic Voodoo Lounge stories, music, poetry, and who knows what else. Our next full episode is planned for November 28th. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, it's pretty easy. Just subscribe at atomicvoodoolounge.com. And guess what? It's free. And spread the good word. And if you are interested in contributing or being a sponsor, drop me a line and we can discuss the particulars. And don't forget, our 6-word noir challenge is open to Substack subscribers via the Atomic Voodoo Lounge chat. So check out the Atomic Voodoo Lounge on Substack and subscribe. Find out more about Maxwell Vagus and Heavy Sixer Productions at heavysixerproductions.com or maxwellvagus.com. Thanks to the Riptide Rats and the Legendary Hucklebucks for the fantastic tunes, and Mad Gravity Studio for their song Shady, which we used under our 6-word noir stories. Check them out at mgstudio.org. All words and music composed, read, programmed, and or performed by Maxwell Vagus, unless otherwise stated. All text, music, and performances, copyright Heavy Sixer Productions, LLC 2025. Some sound effects and music used under Creative Commons license. And remember, keep your AI bots away. No AI training, please. Thank you, and good night.